Today's sponsors of the broadcast are Brock Brand Clothing. You want to elevate your style? Be bold with Brock Brand Clothing. And our future sponsor is Ready Sports Drink. You want something that tastes great while you hydrate? Drink Ready Sports Drink. What it do? It's your boy Brock, and this is the broadcast. I'm joined with my co-host with the most, Mr. Petty Pat. Talk to him.
Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Petty Pat in the building.
And you know, anytime we got a guest, man, we have a special guest. So today's special guest is Mrs. Erica Jackson and Mr. Baron Flenory. Yeah. All right, I got it right, y'all. I got it right. Talk to us on, on why you here.
The only thing you ain't get right, I'm not a Mrs. I'm very single.
Mrs. I am sorry. I'm sorry, not Mrs. Miss Erica Jackson, y'all. Here y'all go, man. So talk to us. Why are you here at Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Yeah. First of all, we represent the owners of Pylon 7-on-7 football.
Okay.
Baron Flenory started the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
He made it into a club sport. Okay. 7-on-7 has been out played decades. You know that as a player, right? But what he did was to get a platform for athletes to get seen outside of their high schools, an opportunity to showcase their skill. And so he actually created the circuit of 7-on-7. So that's how you see all these club teams now.
That's crazy. Do you have a team in every state? Like, how does the divisions and how do the teams work? How does that work?
The way it works is we are a platform. So we produce the event that the athletes and the teams come and perform on.
Okay.
So Pylon doesn't actually own the teams,
okay,
but what we do is give them that platform to perform on.
Okay. So more like the marketing, the field, the things like that the 7-on-7 tournament needs to get put on. That's what you guys supply.
Correct. If you think of like AAU basketball, that's what 7-on-7 club is now.
Okay.
So AAU would be the organization, the governing body that actually runs those events.
Right.
That's what Pylon is for 7-on-7 in football.
That's dope. Are y'all all over the nation? Like, is it obviously? I know it's in Texas. It got to be in Texas. But your other hot.
Wait, why I got to be in Texas?
Man,
because
that's where the best football is.
Wait a minute.
Listen.
Western PA got good ball too.
No, not
You
better
know who
than
Aaron
Texas.
Donald is?
Of course
Okay, then that's
Donald graduated from my high school.
Listen.
That's
okay?
dope. That's dope.
Okay, shout out AD.
That's our boy. We know AD.
Okay, so let me say, he has a 7-on-7 team that comes to our events. It's evolved.
Oh, okay.
So
we did Aaron Donald's camp this past year, and he tried to explain to us that it was good football in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And we from Texas, so we was not trying to hear that. Like, when you from Texas,
Pittsburgh's best players are the best.
Yes.
Like Pittsburgh's best players are the best football players to play. It's just not that we just don't have the depth. We don't have the numbers.
Yeah.
But when you look at the best defensive lineman of all time, it's going to be Aaron. No disrespect to nobody. AD is AD.
Mm-hmm.
We got the quarterbacks.
Yes.
Wait.
Man, I'm
Dan Marino, Terry Bradshaw.
Dan Marino don't have no hardware. He don't have one of these.
He don't.
But you have to include him in one of the best quarterbacks.
I got you. But Texas football is second to none.
It's polished.
They still trying to compare us to. They still try to put California and Florida and Georgia. I don't want to hear none of that. Texas has the best football, hands down, which is why we have $62 million football stadiums. We have $40 million football. We have football stadiums that cost more than people's high schools.
You got that right, because we just held an event in Dallas at Duncanville High School.
Duncanville.
Come on,
You see that?
They definitely got the bag out of us.
Oh, man!
Hey, they got the bag, boys.
So with Duncanville,
got to pay for them stadiums.
Duncanville is one of those schools that they were mainly priority more so basketball in the beginning. these past, I would say 5 years, football they just been tearing it up in football. They've been going crazy.
Coach Sam changed the culture.
Possibly, yeah.
Coach Sample came over there and got that thing moving.
Yeah,
in the right
when he got there,
sure.
football was, and you see Duncanville, it's either playing for a state championship or right there in the running
every
for
year.
it. Every year, damn near.
So talk to us about going back on Pylon. I mean, what made you want to start, a platform like this?
When I was high school, I was all-state. I was heavily recruited. I ran a 4.9740 at the University of Pittsburgh camp and lost like 30 scholarship offers.
That's crazy.
I ended up
at what position?
At corner.
Oh,
same time.
He said a 4.9 at
4.9, bro. That's like they got linebackers running 4.6s.
Man, but everybody has a bad day. But this is why he started this, right?
But I was always slow. But I was smarter than everybody else. So I was always in my book. I was always where I was supposed to be, so I could play the game.
Yeah.
2 steps ahead because I just was in my book.
Right.
But all that to say, when I lost those scholarships, when I got done playing, I was an All-American. I knew I could play football, and it was like, how can I help these kids have an opportunity to stay out and compete without hurting themselves in the recruiting process?
Absolutely.
My thought process, we started this company 17 years ago. I graduated in 2001, so times have totally changed from being able to get high school kids trained up to do these measurables.
Right.
But 2001, people weren't paying for trainers. So you were just going out and doing these things, not knowing the fundamentals and the techniques to run in the L cone and the shuttle and the 40, so on and so forth. So it was like 7-on-7 to me was just a better way to evaluate skill position talent.
Right.
I get to see if you gonna play. I can see if on the backside of a route if you are dogging it or if you're actually running on the backside of the route. I can see if you're in shape. Can you keep going over and over and over during the series? So to me, it was just a better evaluation process. And so from there, it just kind of exploded.
Right. That's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Playing 7-on-7 will get your ass in shape for the season quick because it's no, especially if you're playing both sides of the ball. So we go a series, we go down, we might score. If not, we right back on defense. Now I'm chasing somebody else who running routes who might just be as fast as me. Then a turnover, they scored. Now I'm still on the field, and now we running. So when I first started playing 7-on-7, it was in like 2005, 2006. So I didn't really like 7-on-7 because I played running back. So it was more so at that time. I mean, it still is a skill, like a quarterback and receiver thing. But
now, we allow the run though.
What?
Yeah, you
can run the ball.
Yes.
See, back then you couldn't run the ball. The running back had to go out for a route. I didn't mind going out for routes, but I like running the football.
We changed that rule.
Yeah, just tell the people what it really was.
Right.
You just said you couldn't.
No, Coach Jackson. Listen, Coach Jackson will vouch for me that I had better hands than damn near a lot of the receivers that was in my district.
Right.
Because I switched to slot receiver my senior year.
But hate going to the slot wanting to catch though. You hear me? I just give a shit all the time. But no, I was just because that's awesome that you thought about that process of like I don't want people to get hurt. When they're going through this evaluation process. Like how have you seen the game? Or just 7-on-7 evolve over the the years that you started it in and where it is now, because now I'm seeing guys in guardian caps and all kind of things trying to make sure that they're not they're protected the whole time while they're competing.
Well, Pylon, we set the standard in the 7-on-7 industry. So when you see soft shell helmets, Game Breaker, was the originators of making those, but we were the first to ever mandate it.
Okay.
Kids hated it.
Kids hated it, but it was a safety thing,
right.
and so we did it anyways, and that was not an easy decision to make. A lot of times people make decisions that, are better for the kids or better for the company, but not better for the kids. We made a decision that was better for the kids versus better for the company because those helmets were expensive. People were like, we're not coming, so on and so forth. But we had to stand on that because, kids is out here getting hurt. And 7-on-7, as it's evolved, because there's now teams, it's really competitive. Before, it was just about the recruiting process.
Right.
Now, it's about the recruiting process from our point of view, but from the team's point of view, they trying to win out there, right?
Right.
So, when it first started, it wasn't really like that because there were no teams. They were coming and meeting each other at the event. It was like, we just gonna go and play and whatever happens.
Absolutely.
But now it's like, no, it's a little bit more physical and, the
the
game certainly changed.
Getting after it out there,
they getting after
I
it.
see it because, you know what the rankings are. You know who you're going against.
Right.
With social media, the internet, let's be real. You get a guy on your team here, 4-star, 5-star, you like, okay, I gotta cook today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess my next question to that is like, what players have you seen come through your division that have impacted
can I answer
the
that for
game?
him?
Yeah.
I got the list.
Okay.
We got the list right here.
And that's just a few.
So I'll go off of the guys that are playing in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
On both
Talk to
sides. We got Xavier Worthy,
Okay.
Drew Tranquil, Sky Moore, and Deion Bush for Kansas City. For the Eagles, we got Devonta Smith, Eli Reeks, Keely Ringo, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and C.J. Uzuma.
That's
and then
crazy, bro.
just to name a few guys who have gone through some notable names: Bijan Robinson, Kyle Van Noy, James Cook,
Bruh.
Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Denzel Ward, Patrick Surtain II, Joe Mixon, Derek Stingley,
That's
Drake May, Malik
crazy,
Neighbors,
yo.
and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are our Pro Bowl guys this year.
Jaden Daniels.
Bro.
We got like 10 of the past 11 Heisman trophies.
Are
That
y'all
is a
proud?
crazy roster.
Are y'all
I'm
proud
super
of
proud
yourself?
Look, I'm a woman. I have 4 daughters.
Okay.
People, they were like, you ain't got no sons? I'm like, I got thousands of sons. Because
Right,
all
right,
these
right.
athletes are my sons. I straight up tell them like it is from a mom's and woman's point of view. He's a little bit different. He's more about the game, but he's also about life too. But I'm super proud. I am such a fan. Like Baron tells me all the time, like you need to evolve and do something different. And I'm like, no, but these are my kids.
Right.
These are my kids. I'm not ready to let go of the kids. I want these athletes to succeed.
Yeah.
And I think that as Pylon has evolved, like mandating the soft shell helmet, making sure we set the standard on the field. We if you fighting, you're out. We don't tolerate that.
Right.
You
Come
know,
on now.
stuff like that. Because you have to look at it like you're trying to get into college. You don't know who's watching you.
Right.
You know, when you have like Coach Cristobal and his son's on the team and he's coming to our national tournament, you don't know who he's looking at.
Right.
You know what I mean? We have those type of players, you know. A lot of the NFL players now that have their own teams come to our events, and they know that we set the standard. They know
Right.
that if they're going to come to a Pylon event, it's going to be a safe environment,
Right.
and we're here for one reason, for the kids.
I love that because me and Pat were talking about we had one of our best friends is a youth football coach, and he has a whole team, 8, 4 youth all the way up, right? And he was talking about how the parents make it hard for youth events.
It's always the adults.
Right.
It's always the adults.
Man.
They're the ones that are always starting stuff.
Right.
And when some of these players take on the personalities of their coaches.
Right.
And I'll pull them aside or I'll tell a coach like, dude, we got to do better.
Right.
Like we
Right.
got to do better. Like these are the livelihoods of these young men, and especially now with NIL and
Right.
you got 7-on-7 players getting paid thousands of dollars to play on a team.
Come on now.
They
That's
haven't even
crazy.
touched the college field yet.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So, we try to have a responsibility. It's just not the platform, hey, just come in and play some football. It's
Right.
like we really want you to cultivate yourself as an athlete and as a human being and get to the next level, get a free education.
Right.
And then once you go beyond that, sky's the limit.
Come on, guys.
I'm not
Pylon.
gonna lie to you. Speaking on that situation with the parents, so I coached youth football for 10 years. I'm gonna start back this year, but that parent situation, I feel like it's a little bit different than 7-on-7. Me dealing with the 7-on-7 because we have a youth team, they do 7-on-7 as well. That's when we deal with the coaches, but it's still at the end of the day, those coaches still have kids on those teams. But the parent situation, if parents could just understand that without those kids, you would possibly be at home doing something else. They forget the goal that we out here for these kids, to see these kids, to keep them from being out in the street. And so the coaches don't get a phone call saying, Coach, my son was taken from me, or Coach, so-and-so is in jail, or so-and-so. I hate hearing those phone calls because I've had multiple phone calls like that, getting called at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me a kid lost his life, or seeing on Facebook Live, I see one of my kids, his life had been taken and people making fun of it. I didn't even know it was him until later on that day. And so that's what the reason for me for getting into coaching was to keep these kids out of the street, because that was something my mom always told me. She was like, I'll be damned if you have enough free time to be out in these streets and something happen to you, or you end up getting in trouble, because trouble is easy to get to and hard as hell to get out of. So I commend y'all on keeping those kids and those parents, and keeping everything safe and everything under control and stuff like that, because when you go into places like that as a coach, I'm like, I know ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna stop all the BS, because you see it all the time where coaches and the parents, they get it, you get in the heat of the moment, and then it get escalated over something that could have been, de-escalated. And another thing is the referees too. A lot of these referees, they don't take bro, you can stop a lot of this stuff, right? The refs, a lot of times, they'll just walk off, and then I don't have to deal with this. But I commend y'all once again for keeping everything in safe place.
We definitely set the standard. And some people, you either love it or you hate it. Like I tell coaches all the time, I don't care if you go home with a trophy or not. That's not why we're here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but Baron was definitely a visionary to do this, because when I look back at the last 17 years, I'm like, man, like,
it went by so fast, huh?
Bro, it's crazy.
And it's continuing to grow, right?
And it's continuing to grow. It's continuing to grow.
So where can I?
I was going to say, so with the 7-on-7, do you have any competitors in your type of field, or is it just Pylon? Because I see this OTE
this is the answer.
I don't know how this stuff works.
Look, listen, so there are other people that do 7-on-7.
Right.
Do we have a competitor? I don't think so.
Right.
I believe what God got for us, He got for us.
Yes.
And I really, truly believe that. I don't just say that because if Pylon goes away tomorrow, he's going to find something for me to get into tomorrow that's going to be positive. So, and Erica and everybody else. So I think that for us, it's not really about competition. It's really about us just focusing on being the best that we can be daily. Don't forget the small stuff. What we do is we run events, okay? Take it out of sports, wedding planning. All right? There are small details in that wedding that nobody knows except for the planner. That if they miss, everybody gonna know. And so that's the same with Pylon, because people be like, you run camps, they think you just throwing out a football and getting some refs, but it's not really like that. It's insurance, it's sports commissions, it's hotels, it's shipping, it's all of the different things that go to it.
But it's also, we also incorporate branding too. Like some people wouldn't know you if you didn't step on the Pylon field. And we have athletes that no one knew who they were, who are in the NFL right now, that no one really knew who this guy was, like Tua, right? He came from a small little town in Honolulu, played on a team called Huki Lau Cafe, comes to our Vegas event, and then boom, now he's off at Alabama, and everybody's like, yo, where'd this dude come from, right?
Come on now.
So I'm about the underdog too, because there's some players out there that might not be ranked.
Malik Neighbors.
Come on now.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors was a 0-star athlete out of Louisiana, Opelousas, I want to say. I hope I ain't get that wrong, but I think that's where he's from. One of them small Louisiana towns. He played for the Bootleggers. Coach Fuse brought him over to the Bootleggers. Nobody knew who he was, blew up. Went to a couple Pylon 7-on-7 events, committed to LSU, and then just went crazy. He said it. I went to him today as people was trying to not let him talk to us. You know how you get busy, you got your people, But he seen me, he was like, no, that's Pylon. They cool. So, you know what I mean? So that was cool that they still recognize us as being part of that journey. And then, asking him, like, what did 7-on-7 do for you? I ain't, give us a plug. He's like, no, but for real, he said it was about competition. He was like, we did it in college. He said, we don't do it as much in the pros, but we did it in college as a practice period drill. And he said, in Pylon, gave me an opportunity to play against the best, and it turned out for me to be where I am today.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, before we get out of here, man, where can people find you? Like, how do we?
You got guys got current events coming up. some events coming up.
Well,
you
you can definitely catch us on IG. Our handle is Pylon 7on7.
Okay.
We're on X, same thing as Pylon 7on7. Our website,
Pylon 7on7. It's the brand, baby. Pylon 7on7. It's the brand.
Definitely,
it's the brand.
Man, we appreciate y'all coming on the show. Pat, you got any last remarks?
I just want to let them know. I just want to show them proof. What does it say? How long I've been following y'all?
2017.
2017.
I
Pat
appreciate
been on it,
that.
man. Pat been on. He been on
Thank
youth
you so
football
much
for
for
10,
that.
11 years. So,
that.
man, we appreciate y'all coming on
One
the show.
one last thing. When you say proud, I'm more proud of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like, it's crazy to me when the kids go and they go do great things. I am proud of that, but that's their journey. Like, that's their journey.
Yeah.
Pylon is my journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pylon is my NFL. So, like, when you follow Pylon, that's like a fan rooting for Malik Neighbors to me, because I'm not in the NFL or nothing like that. So, like, Pylon is my NFL. The kids making it is cool, but when people know who we are,
that's even doper.
That's even doper.
That's your product, bro. I love it. I love the
Yeah, good job.
entrepreneurship. I love the way y'all running y'all business. Y'all are setting the standards, and y'all are brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Setting the standard and doing what we supposed to. Doing it the right way.
we get that often
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
Oh, you black.
So I appreciate y'all.
We get
Wait,
that
you
often.
a woman?
Oh,
Like,
you a
whenever I'm
woman?
at an event, they be like, who runs it? I'm like, but you a woman. Oh, okay.
Man, don't let them do you like that.
No, trust me, they don't anymore.
Right. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now, Miss.
But he gave me an opportunity, so I just ran with it.
Right. Miss
Yep.
Miss Erica
Erica
Jackson and Mr. Baron Flenory.
Flenory.
I got it right, man. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
joining the
y'all
Thank you so
having
much.
us.
Thank you so much.
Really. Thank you.
If y'all
Thank
been
you.
rocking with us from the beginning,
Thank
y'all
you.
know the motto. Don't get ready, stay ready. Peace.